Embattled Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Justice Walter Onnoghen, yesterday met a brick wall at the Court of Appeal, Abuja Division, which rejected his application for stay of his trial for alleged breach of the Code of Conduct Bureau Act by the Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT. In its ruling on Onnoghen's application, the appellate court said that the charges the Code of Conduct Bureau, CCB, filed against him at the CCT are criminal in nature and the proceedings before the tribunal cannot be stopped. Acting on an order of the CCT, President Muhammadu Buhari last Friday suspended Onnoghen for improper declaration of his assets before the CCB. Justice Abdullah Boki, who led other members of the panel, said that Onnoghen's request was brought in a vacuum, as it lacks proper legal backing on why it should be granted. He added that the prayers of Onnoghen that his trial being put on hold runs contrary to the provisions of Section 306 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, ACJA, 2015. Justice Aboki, who read the lead ruling, cited the case of the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, in which Justice Onnoghen himself at the Supreme Court declined to stay Saraki's trial on the same grounds that Section 306 of the new law did not permit a stay of criminal trials. According to him, there were no special circumstances in which Onnoghen's prayer would be granted in the appeal argued by Chief Wole Olanipekan, San. The appeal court aligned with the respondent that the suspended CJN request for stay of proceedings should be refused. The court therefore dismissed the appeal seeking to stop the CCT from taking further steps in the 6-count criminal charges filed against Onnoghen. CCT Chairman, Justice Danladi Umar, had on January 14, 2019 ruled to hear all motions that arose in the charges of the next adjourned date and to give his ruling. The Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT, sitting in Abuja, has adjourned signed-eye proceedings in the ongoing trial of the Chief Justice of the Nigeria, Justice Walter Onnoghen. When the CCT reconvened on Monday, January 28, 2019, Justice Umar, in a ruling said that he was minded to adjourn indefinitely because of his respect for the Court of Appeal. The appellate court had on January 24 ordered the federal government, the CCT and counsel to Onnoghen to stay action pending its ruling on January 30 on an application filed by the suspended CJN challenging the order made by the CCT on January 14 that motions filed by Onnoghen and the prosecution counsel be taken together on the same day. At Monday's sitting, the prosecution counsel, Musa Ibrahim, told the CCT of the position of the appellate court on the pending matter. Onnoghen's counsel, Kanu Agabi, San, confirmed the development, and consequently sat for an indefinite adjournment of proceedings, which Ibrahim did not object. In view of the position of the defense and prosecution counsel, Justice Umar adjourned the case sine-die indefinitely. ACF backs PMB's action, says North can't defend his trial. Meanwhile, the Apex Northern Socio-Cultural Organization, Ariwa Consultative Forum, ACF, has endorsed the suspension of Justice Onnoghen by President Buhari. ACF said yesterday in Kaduna that the forum deeply regretted the conduct of Onnoghen, especially his refusal to step down and allow the due process of the law to take its course following his trial at the CCT. The group noted that the suspended CJN had created the impression that his personal interests in the ongoing trial superseded that of the judiciary in the country. In a communiqué signed by ACF's Secretary-General, Anthony Sani, after the forum's meeting in Kaduna, he said that the leaders discussed national issues, including the current controversy trailing the suspension of Onnoghen. The meeting was presided over by its chairman, Alhaji Adamu Fika, and members from all the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory (FCT). The communiqué read in part, the ACF notes that the allegation against the suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria are that he failed to comply with the expressed provisions of the Code of Conduct Bureau Act, to wit, failure to declare his assets on assumption of office as Justice of the Supreme Court and as the Chief Justice of Nigeria, that when he was made to declare his assets as demanded by law, he failed to declare all of them. That among the assets he failed to declare are bank accounts in local and foreign currencies whose values run in millions of naira. that he also failed to declare other assets, including houses and other landed property, and that subsequent investigations have continued to unearth other property belonging to Justice Onnoghen, which he did not declare. That Justice Onnoghen was said to have told investigators that the reason for his not declaring those assets was forgetfulness. ACF noted that following the discovery of the infractions, the CCB swiftly referred the matter to the CCT, which made an order for the temporary suspension of the CJN in the interest of natural justice, and lamented that this action by the CCT had provoked intense controversy. Sani said that from the reading of all the facts of the matter, the ACF cannot defend the position taken by Onnoghen, especially his insistence that he should first be tried by the National Judicial Council, NJC, which he then chaired. According to him, to do so would have allowed him to sit in judgment over his own case. Sani said that ACF deeply regretted the conduct of Justice Onnoghen, particularly his refusal to step aside and allow the due process of the law to take its course, adding that he had created the impression that his personal interests in the matter superseded that of the judiciary in Nigeria.